Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm Jess.
And this is Aish That's Dark.
Let's get into it.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Krugersdorp murders. I don't know why I'm so excited. This is the most depressing case we've ever covered.
Not quite, but it is messed up.
It is up there.
I think I'm just excited because you left me on like 10 cliffhangers in part 1.
Okay, but also, unlike our listeners who had to wait an entire 7 days, you waited 15 minutes. And 10 of those were your own problem and your own fault.
What did I do in those 10 minutes?
You wanted to read the comments on the Eric Prydz Call on Me music video.
They're great comments, okay? They're great. They're terrible.
Very funny. Right, but if you haven't heard part 1, go back right now, young mister. What do you think you're doing? Because nothing in this episode makes sense unless you know who Cecilia Stain is, what Electus Deus was, and how 4 people died in 2012 without anyone joining the dots. But let's do some conversation first.
Told that off our listeners so hard. It's like,
well, of course they have to go and listen to it.
They do.
Yeah, please.
It's a great episode, and you need
Jess was very confused. She had so many questions.
I did. I was like,
but how?
My brain was glitching.
Yeah, you were glitching a little bit.
Yeah.
But how are you doing, Jess?
I'm doing good.
You're doing well, like you were like an hour ago when we first started recording?
Yes, I'm doing well. I don't know how I am actually.
We will see by the end of this episode.
We will. I'm very interested to hear about this episode because, as I said, you left me on multiple cliffhangers. I'm really grateful that I'm not the listeners in this case because, not going to lie, you did them a bit dirty.
I always kind of do them dirty if I do a 2-parter. I'm so sorry.
Just leave
but
us
that's
on
part of the fun.
Well, I'm glad that you guys came back to listen to this one, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yes. So, let me do a quick recap for those who are caught up. So, if you're not caught up, go listen and then come back and then I'll give you the recap. Simple as that. A woman named Cecilia Stain convinced a West Rand deliverance ministry that she was a 42nd, 4-2, generation witch on the run from the Satanic Church. A ministry leader, Ria Grunewald, tried to help her at first, but later pulled away, and Cecilia split off with her most devoted followers. Insurance broker, Valentine, and his wife, Mikeila. School teacher, Mirinda Stain, and Mirinda's 2 teenage children. They formed a group called Electus Deus, chosen by God. In 2012, on Cecilia's orders, they murdered Natacha Berger, Joy Boonzaaier, Pastor Reginald Bendixen, and finally, one of their own, Mikeila Valentine.
How did you say pastor?
Pastor.
You did not say pastor.
I said pastor.
You said like pastor. Also, you're saying pastor like pasta now. So it's losing all its meaning.
Losing all its meaning.
Pasta,
okay.
pasta.
And finally, one of their own, Mikeila Valentine, killed by Mirinda and her 14-year-old daughter, Marcel, in her own bed after her own husband drugged her coffee. Then the group went quiet for 3 years. Same warning as last time. We will discuss murder, religious manipulation, and violence involving a minor.
Does the minor get harmed, or is the minor doing the harming?
The minor is doing the harming.
Okay.
Yeah. We honor every victim by name, and we don't dwell on gratuitous detail. If today is not the day, that's okay. Which is kind of a saying I want to use at work when
today's not the day,
that's okay.
Today's never the day.
Today's never the day.
That's okay.
Okay. I think a lot of our co-workers will appreciate it.
I think a boss would.
Yeah, they definitely will not. But, you know, that's okay.
Sometimes
it's just not the day.
It's not about them, though.
But we do say that we respect y'all.
Yes.
We're not going to say their names because we don't want to divulge any other further information.
No, but we have a good workplace.
We have a fantastic workplace, actually.
Yes. I want pizza.
I also want pizza now. We sometimes get pizza, guys.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I want pizza, because I was like,
Yeah, we sometimes actually
give
get
us
just
pizza.
lunch.
So they were like, good workplace. And then they were like, and then I was like, yeah, sometimes they give us pizza. And I was like, no, I want pizza.
Yeah.
I missed that part that like went in my head. Like that got completely
that
skipped out. So then people were like, what are you talking about? I was like,
What the heck is happening?
And then I need to explain my whole thought process. But anyway,
I need to do that constantly.
The rest of the story. It's 2015.
It's 2015. You stole my line. It's 2015. And Electus Deus has a problem their almighty leader apparently can't solve. They're broke.
You know?
Womp womp.
I wish I had an almighty leader that could solve that problem for me.
Yeah. You just gave me the realization that I kind of low-key want that too.
As we said before, if you're interested in Liz, hit her up.
Wow. You selling me off to the highest bidder? You know what? You can do that, but I want to cut.
It's for your benefit.
It's for my benefit.
Anyway.
We'll talk. You know our email, hthatdark@gmail.com. So, enough with this nonsense. It is the 16th of December, 2015. So you were shocked that most of the stuff was really, really recent.
It is very recent, and it's bothering me that it's even more recent.
It's even more recent right now.
How old was I? That was what?
2015.
11 years ago.
That's when I finished. That was my last year of studies.
I was 14.
And now everyone knows the age gap. Day by day, I am reminded of
Your
my
face,
own
you're
mortality by my friends at work and my fellow host. Yes, for those who do not know, I am 32 and Jess is 25.
Yes, well, 25 on the 29th of August. So send me presents because you love me. Thanks.
Guys, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, please don't. It's fine.
We are not like Cecilia Stain. We are not going to manipulate you into bringing us gifts.
I mean, you better give me a gift, Liz.
Girl, you gave me your wish list.
I know.
We have it sorted.
You threatened me for my wish list.
I didn't threaten you. I spoke to you with force.
Close enough.
Also, I am not the only accomplice. Nicole.
We're looking at you.
We're looking at you.
But we love you. Anyway.
We love you so much. Right. So, it's the 16th of December, 2015. Day of Reconciliation. On the R57, hi Gwen, a quiet stretch of road between Rietz and Pietersstein in the Free State. In the veld beside the road, a Mercedes-Benz SLK is burning.
No, that's a crime in itself.
A beautiful car, the kind an insurance broker buys himself when the commissions are good. In the driver's seat, there is a body.
Oh my gosh.
When investigators trace the plates, the story assembles itself neatly. The car belongs to a Krugersdorp insurance man. A widower, tragically, he lost his young wife a few years back. And the following day, a grieving family friend, a respectable school teacher, formally identifies the burnt remains. A death certificate is issued. In due course, a life insurance claim is lodged. 3.57 million rand.
You know, I was sus when you said the life insurance claim is lodged.
Mm-hmm.
But then you said the amount, and I became very...
You should have been sus when the very respectable school teacher friend identified the body. But
okay.
let me not get
that
ahead of
part
myself.
I'm not even going to lie, that kind of...
Flew over your head?
Yeah, I just was like, life insurance policy.
Suspicious.
Also, if someone ever wants you to take out a life insurance policy and they want to be the beneficiary...
Yeah, don't do that. Make someone else the beneficiary and say, if something happens, it's that person.
Also, I need to say beneficial owner because I deal with that in my job all the time. So
we do constantly.
The beneficial owner, and I was like,
beneficiaries,
that's
beneficial owners.
the wrong word.
Anyway. Meanwhile, about 200 kilometers away, a man checks into the Herberg Hotel in Krugersdorp under the name Jacques de Villiers.
Jacques is such a South African name. Sorry.
It's actually very French if you think about it. Jacques.
Okay, yeah, but
Jacques is very South African.
I've met many
Jacques
in my own life.
Same.
In my life.
In your life, in my life, in everyone's life. But this Jacques has a fake ID.
Damn.
He orders room service, keeps to himself, and follows the news of his own death. The body in the Mercedes is not Zach Valentine. The body in the Mercedes is a 44-year-old street vendor named Jarod Jackson.
But why did they want to kill Zach Valentine? They just killed his wife.
Let me get to it.
Okay, I'm just curious. You need to give me answers and stop giving me questions.
You need to be a little bit more patient.
No.
Valid. And what was done to him is one of the coldest things this show has ever covered. The dead man is alive. The mourners are his killers. And the beneficiary of that 3.57 million rand policy is a woman who has never held a job, never held a weapon, and never once left fingerprints on anything.
She's never had a job?
Never had a job.
I want that.
Really?
I mean, no, I want a job.
Do you want to be Cecilia Stain?
No, I want money, but I don't want to work.
That's everyone's dream. Don't get us wrong, we are extremely thankful for the jobs we have.
Yeah, but
especially in this economy. But you know, it doesn't do harm to dream.
Yeah, I mean, I want this to be our job.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, like, share, follow. We could do live shows.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Imagine doing a live show at like Emperor's Palace or not Emperor's Palace, Monte Casino.
I was going to say, girl, you're aiming a little low. I was like, we can go to Cape Town, we can go to Durban.
Monte Casino.
Oh, Monte Casino.
Yes. They're both the same vibes, that's why I said it.
They are very much the same vibes, but the one is just a lot better than the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are getting way off track again. So, yes, the woman who got the life insurance policy was Cecilia Stain. Let's rewind a few months and talk about money, because part 2 of the story is a heist wearing a cassock.
Wearing a what?
A cassock.
What's that?
I actually researched for this exact reason. I forgot what it was. A cassock is a long ankle-length, close-fitting religious robe worn by Christian clergy.
Ah, okay, makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Your own metaphor makes sense now.
Thank you.
Period.
Running Cecilia Stain was expensive. The constant crises, the round-the-clock care, the lifestyle of a woman whose full-time occupation was being spiritually attacked. Someone had to fund it. For years, that someone was mostly Zach Valentine.
How?
He had a good job, remember? He was earning 70K a month.
He was, but...
The court heard he poured around 2 million rand of his own money into the group. He quit his 70,000 rand a month job, tried his own venture, borrowed from his parents, borrowed from his in-laws. The in-laws, I'll remind you, whose daughter he had murdered.
The audacity.
The freaking audacity of this man. So let me tell you a little bit about how the group was controlled. The members each contributed funds to their group, or shall we rather say cult.
Please.
And they believed a large portion of the money was going to an orphanage that Cecilia ran. Children rescued and cared for, somewhere just off stage. However, this orphanage did not exist. It had never existed. It was a story, like the witch bloodline, like the danger prayer, pitched perfectly at the hearts of people who wanted to believe they were doing good. By late 2015, even the imaginary orphans couldn't paper over the arithmetic. The money was gone, and Cecilia devised a new revenue model, which the prosecution would later describe in the cold language of the Prevention of Organized Crime Act, racketeering. The court found Electus per Deus operated like a criminal enterprise, a business. Judge Francis literally described it as professionally managed, with Miranda Stain as, in the courtroom's phrase, the managing director. Murder had been their worship. Now it became their salary. In this part of the story, we'll talk about the Meyers. But to know them, I must first introduce the last member who joined the group, John Barnard.
I never heard of this dude.
So that's why I'm introducing him.
Thank you.
That's how introductions work. The look you just gave me. Girl, those eyes can burn a hole. I'm so sorry. But your eyes could have just burned a hole in the carpet.
I was trying to interact with your story and you just insulted me.
You're doing it perfectly. Why are you pretending you're like, I've never heard of this man?
I haven't.
Okay, you haven't.
And I'm wondering why not, because clearly he's in a cult that I should know about. I haven't heard about any of these people, and I'm wondering why I haven't heard of them. Okay.
But I also said I must first introduce.
No, but I mean, like, I'm blaming myself for not knowing the story, okay?
You are just like, you gripped it, you're like, wait, who's this now?
Yes.
You just spoke.
There's so many players.
There's so many people in this play. It's ridiculous.
In this play?
This is a freaking play.
It should be.
It is reading like a play. A badly written one, but
not Shakespeare.
Not Shakespeare.
I'll take the back.
More like, what's that one guy? Neil Green.
No idea who that is.
It's Neil Breen. I'm not sure. I'll show you after the show. It is hilariously funny. Anyway, he was an outsider to the church story. A man who worked at a printing business. And he joined Electus per Deus in its business era, so to speak. The first thing he brought to the group was his own employer. Peter Meyer was 51. His wife, Joan, was 47. Barnard set up a meeting between Peter and the members of the group, dressed up as a discussion about a business venture. On the 27th of November 2015, Zach Valentine, Miranda, and Marcel Steen arrived at the mayor's home. They tied the couple up and demanded money. And when it turned out the mayors simply didn't have as much cash in the house, they killed them anyway. Both of them, stabbed to death in their own home, for what amounted to almost nothing.
Why is it so frustrating?
I know, I'm sorry.
Can you just please get to the part where they get thrown into jail?
Okay, yeah, sure. But you have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh.
So one detail from this murder followed the case all the way to sentencing. It was reported from the trial that as the attack unfolded, Psalm 23 was recited, "The Lord is my shepherd." And at sentencing, Judge Francis threw that back at the accused. That even Psalm 23, cited while a man's wife was being killed in front of him, had no effect on them. There was nothing godly about the crimes you committed, were his words.
I know, I get that this started off with a religious beginning, because she said she was a witch and she went there for quote-unquote help. But that's where it ends. Nothing else is religious about this. It's one petty woman getting revenge on another person. That's all this is. Stop saying it's satanic. This woman was I don't know what she was, but she's clearly some kind of...
Well, we established she's a narcissist.
Maybe she's a sociopath or something. I don't know. I'm not armchair diagnosing. But there's clearly something wrong with her, and it's not, stop blaming it on other stuff.
Will be shocked at how correct you are with everything you just said.
Yay.
Yay. Some form of just an ending to the story, but we still have a long ways to go. So from this point, the group's method was established, and it acquired the name the press would give the whole case: the appointment murders. Find a professional, book an appointment, and make sure the client list never gets a complaint, because the clients never leave. This brings us back to the burning Mercedes and to Jarod Mitchum Jackson. Jarod was 44. He was a street vendor, and the group didn't stumble across him. They befriended him, deliberately, patiently, the way you'd fatten something for slaughter. He was chosen because he was roughly the right build, because he was trusting, and because the group judged that he was the kind of man the system wouldn't look for too hard.
Oh my gosh.
That is just sad on its own.
That is so sad.
On the 16th of December 2015, Jarod set off with John Barnard, Miranda, and Leroux Steen in 2 cars. One of them, Zach's Mercedes SLK, heading for the Free State. Somewhere on that road, Leroux, Miranda's son, 20 by now, raised inside this thing since his mid-teens, drugged Jarod and strangled him. They dressed the scene. Jarod's body in the driver's seat. The car in the veld off the R57. The fire to erase the details. The next day, Marinda identified the remains as Zak Valentine, and the paperwork of death did the rest. Death certificate, insurance claim, 3.57 million rand, approximately $217,000, with Cecilia Steyn as the main beneficiary. And Zak Valentine spent the next 6 months as Jacques de Villiers, first at the Herberg Hotel in Krugersdorp, then hiding out at a different ministry, a church organization in Krugersdorp called Kiakaha, took him in under his false identity. The man faked his death in a satanic panic murder cult and went to lay low in a church in the same town.
The irony.
The irony of that is astonishing. So for this, audacity is not a strong enough word.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the kicker though. It nearly worked perfectly. I mean, it worked for 6 months. A man was murdered and cremated under someone else's name. A death certificate was issued, and the only reason it unraveled is because of what happened next.
You and your cliffhangers. You could just tell me immediately what happens next, but no.
But I'm going to tell you now what happens next. Okay, good. 2016 was when Electus per Deus started running on a schedule. The method barely changed from victim to victim. So let me describe it once.
Question.
Yes, thank you for raising your hand.
How many people did this cult kill in total?
11.
Damn.
Yeah. I like that you said how many people did this cult kill, because that's exactly what
they
it is.
are a cult.
They
sorry.
are a cult. If it walks like a cult, talks like a cult,
smiles like
a cult, it's a cult.
Cult is losing all meaning.
So I'm going to describe the method once, and then I want to spend time on the people because they deserve so much better than just being part of a pattern. The group would identify a professional, someone who deals with strangers for a living, a tax consultant, a broker, an estate agent. They'd book an appointment, a new client, a business opportunity, a house to see. At the meeting, which was often at the group's flat in Krugersdorp Street, Krugersdorp, the
This
victim...
is a cute name, sorry.
It's so cute.
It's such a sweet name for a street.
Krugersdorp. But that flat was not cute. So, in that flat, the victim would be overpowered at gunpoint and forced to hand over bank cards and pins. Marcel, the youngest, would be sent to a nearby ATM to test the pins. Only once the numbers checked out would the victim be killed.
Oh my gosh.
Murder with the verification step. Glen McGregor was 57, a tax consultant from Randfontein. On the 27th of January 2016, Marinda, Marcel, Leroux, and Barnard met him at his home. He was shot and forced to transfer 6,000 rand into Marinda's account before he died of his wounds. Only 6,000
I
rand.
was just about to say, that is not a lot of money.
It is a lot, but it's not a lot.
I mean, if you consider it that they literally killed this person for it,
It's
is not
nothing
worth it.
It's
I mean, not
pennies.
that any amount is worth killing
a
people,
person
but like,
over.
genuinely,
This is
6,000 rand?
insulting. Anthony Scholefield was in his 60s, a tax and insurance man. In May 2016, he was lured to the Krugersdorp flat, robbed of his cards at gunpoint. The group withdrew 16,500 rand and went shopping with his cards around Krugersdorp, and he was strangled and left in the boot of his own car, which was abandoned. Kevin McAlpine was 29, a young broker with his whole career ahead of him. On the 26th of May 2016, he was lured to the same flat and forced to hand over his cards. They got 1,300 rand out of his accounts.
oh my gosh.
He was strangled, to which Leroux would later testify that he did it on the orders of his mother and Cecilia, and left in the boot of his car. There's one detail from LaRue's testimony I'll give you because it settles forever any question you might have had about what kind of person Cecilia Steyn was. He testified that after the murder, Cecilia kicked Kevin's body.
You know, I didn't need confirmation because I already know what kind of person she was, but
that solidified it.
Yeah, it's like,
wow.
I didn't have any shred of anything for you because you're a terrible person, but anything that I might have had is officially gone.
It's gone out the window and now it's just
garbage,
filled with
trash person.
Garbage trash. Take out the whole person. Ugh, throw it out. Hanlé Lategan, 52 years old, an estate agent who was married to her husband, Andre, for 34 years with 3 grown children. On the 30th of May 2016, she was lured to a supposed meeting with a client. She was threatened, her cards were taken, 3,000 rand was withdrawn. Jana Marx's book reconstructs Marcel at the ATM at 6:35 that evening, in a beanie, while the cards kept spitting out fault messages. By then, police had already cordoned off an area where Hanlé's car was parked because Andre had reported her missing. The group dumped her body near the Randfontein Cemetery, where she was found the next day. She was the 11th victim, and she was the last.
It makes me so angry that, okay, it makes me angry, first of all, that they're killing people. But the fact that they're doing it for such minimal amounts of money is insane.
For nothing.
You could commit fraud. You could do something that doesn't involve taking someone's actual life. You could have robbed
a bank.
Like, there's other things. I'm not saying do any of this stuff.
Don't.
I'm just saying, like, taking someone's life is such an extreme measure. And the fact that you're doing it so heartlessly for such minimal amounts of money is mind-blowing to me. So do something, not you, but these people should have done something that maybe didn't involve someone's life.
Anyone getting hurt. But also, what is kind of sad about this thing that people take lives for money is that it does happen daily in South Africa, but that it just never gets reported on.
There are so many deaths and kidnappings and crime that happens in South Africa, but it happens so much that no one, I don't want to say no one cares, but the press and stuff,
they no longer bat an eye around.
They don't really, unless it's some crazy case like Thabo Bester where, you know, that really was all twists and turns. They don't report it. There's nothing to it. Because
there's nothing special about it, which sounds very harsh to put it that way, but it's just a fact now. You just become part of a statistic.
Which is also why we are doing what we're doing, because there are so many stories of people that need to be told. So
exactly. 3 bodies in the boots of cars and a roadside felt in a single month. All professionals, all lured by appointments. The West Rand was, by this point, genuinely terrified, and the press had a name for it: the appointment murders. Every estate agent and broker in Gauteng was suddenly rethinking every meeting request in their inbox, and the pressure on the police was enormous, as it should have been from the very beginning, which would be reassuring if the police hadn't already arrested the wrong men.
Man, just do your job well.
Nah, not in this country.
Or just do your job in general.
Just do your job. Just go the extra mile. Is that so much to ask?
I would just, I would be happy if they just did their job.
Yeah. You know,
they can't go the extra mile if they don't even do it in the first place.
Too much to ask. So this is the part of the story that should make every South African, actually every listener, every person angry for a completely different reason. In the early panic surrounding the appointment murders, police arrested 2 men with no connection to any of it. One of them, a Mr. Kruger, made a confession that was later exposed as fabricated, and it implicated the other, a Mr. Luff, who spent time in custody, was denied bail on the strength of that confession, and years later sued the police for millions over his wrongful arrest.
I hope you won.
I so hope you won. He described his time inside as harrowing, humiliating, and degrading. So while the actual killers were planning their next appointment, the system was busy breaking an innocent man. Remember our missing 6 episodes and the theme of investigations that fail the people they were meant to protect? Different decade, same song.
How could I forget?
Just infuriating thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what actually cracked the case wasn't a confession, and it wasn't spiritual warfare. It was a camera bolted above an ATM.
Yeah, because in order to catch people who are doing this, like actual crimes, not Satan, you need actual evidence.
And the camera is the perfect evidence.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's not spiritual warfare to catch Satan. It's an actual ongoing case to catch criminals and murderers. So.
Exactly. The victims' bank cards were being used. Tested, drained, taken shopping. And ATM cameras caught the people doing it.
It's so weird because, like, how dumb are you to not realize that there's cameras?
That's the thing. Like
come on,
out
man.
Of everything in this case.
I mean, I'm glad you're stupid, but...
Yeah, we're glad you were such an idiot in the first place. But out of all of the things in this case, like, I mean, in part 1, we discussed how they bombed people. They set a community center or a church center. They set it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many different things. And the one thing that finally gets them arrested is their faces on an ATM camera. Because they were greedy. So
yeah,
it
serves them right.
Serves them right. I realize I do that a lot. Like, you say something and then I say it in a different voice.
Yes, or we say the same thing.
That's true. I didn't want to say that again.
Red Bull, please sponsor us.
You know, people are going to hear you fidgeting with the can.
We need you to sponsor us.
We're not addicted, because addicted people would drink one every single day and drink 2 every single day. We enjoy it on occasion, but it does truly help us when we record.
Especially at work.
Also, especially at work.
Yeah. I've been drinking one every day this week.
Okay, but you have been needing one every day this week. It's been a long week for all of us.
Okay, continue.
But yes, let's continue. Red Bull, thank you.
Gives you wings.
Goodness me. People need to complain about this podcast. If you have any complaints, please send them to agethat'sdark@gmail.com.
Be nice as well, please.
But also, if you have any compliments, you're more than welcome to share them.
Or comment on the podcast, on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube.
Those were the only platforms. It took me a while to think.
Any other platforms that exist there too.
Yes, please. So, a young man and a young woman in a beanie. In June 2016, police arrested Leroux and Marcel Steyn, a schoolboyish 20-something and a teenage girl with 6 distinctions in matric and a med-school acceptance letter, mind you.
Madness.
So keep that in the back of your head when we go to trial. This girl had such a bright future ahead of her.
Also, because I don't know if international listeners know, but to get into medical school in South Africa is an insane feat. Like, it is
so challenging,
so hard to get into med school. So this girl
also,
really had it going for her.
Yeah, matric is your last year of school, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And to have 6 distinctions, I think you have 7 subjects.
Yeah.
So to have 6 distinctions, that in itself is like a ginormous accomplishment.
Yeah, I only had 4.
The story is not even sad for the murders. It's also sad because
they had futures that they could have actually done good stuff. But also, didn't she murder someone?
Yep, she did. So the arrest of Leroux and Marcel pulled the thread that unraveled everything. Because once you have Miranda's children, you find Miranda. And once you look at Miranda, you find the flat in Kruger Street and the strange, housebound woman at the center of everyone's lives. Zach Valentine, legally deceased, remember, was arrested at the Kia Kaha Ministry on the 26th of June 2016, which must have ranked among the more awkward pastoral conversations in church history. Sorry, Dominee, sorry, Pastor. Your quiet congregant, Jacques, is a dead man wanted for murder. That must have been
to be a fly on the wall.
Such an awkward conversation. Can you imagine? So by July, Cecilia and Miranda were in custody too. Initially in connection with the insurance fraud around Zach's fake death, And then the unsolved murder dominoes started falling backwards. 2016, 2015, all the way to Natacha and Joy in 2012. The man who inherited this mess, 3 crates of dockets, 11 bodies, a resurrection, and a witch, was Captain Ben Boysen. Captain Ben Boysen. Nickname Bliksem.
Captain.
Please don't sing Captain.
Sorry.
Actually, please do. But we don't want to get copyright struck. So for our international listeners, Bliksem is Afrikaans for lightning, and also for what you would threaten to do to somebody who's really asked for it.
Give an example.
It is both a noun and a promise. I'm not going to give an example. My mother listens to the show.
You just said it.
Yes, but it was in context.
Okay, fine.
You can give an example.
I'm not Afrikaans. You have that extra oomph.
Oh yeah, because I'm Afrikaans, so I can say it with actual force.
Yeah, see.
No, I think people will know.
People understand.
People will understand. So, Boysen is a 40-year South African police serviceman. Flashy, relentless, and completely unbothered by the occult theatre of this case, which is what we need at this point.
He's just an unbothered king.
He's just a king doing his work. His read, which he gave the Sunday Times while the tattoos and witch stories were making headlines, was flat. Forget Satan. These people were motivated by money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone
Captain
who
Ben Boysen.
sees it how it is.
Exactly. So Boysen carted those
Or
3
just
crates.
sees it at all because no one else did.
That is true. Thank you, Captain Ben Boysen. So Boysen carted those 3 crates of dossiers to the High Court 47 times. Back and forth, that man had those crates in hand. 47 times. And when it was finally over, he gave an interview to Huisgenoot, Cyril Blackburn's piece in September 2019, where the Chuck Norris of the West Rand admitted the case had had him in tears. He said he'd never in his life encountered anything as gruesome, that it took a physical and emotional toll, and that even the hardest man sometimes sobs like a baby. I'm including this not to dent the legend, but because it's the most honest sentence in this entire saga. The one person in the inner story who cried for these victims was a policeman.
I mean, I'm glad that someone cared so much for them.
So much. I think he went to hell and back for these people.
Also, you've got some spelling mistakes in this one.
Do not out me in front of the listeners like that. How dare you?
Please.
Leave me alone. I know it says plus. Okay. So the legal endgame came in waves. And I'm going to give you a blow-by-blow.
That sounds very weird.
But that's what they call it when boxing matches.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Have you never heard of that? There was actually, I think, in the early 2000s on SABC 1, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a show called Blow by Blow where they would comment on boxing matches.
Interesting.
It wasn't SABC 4. I can't remember. John Barnard went first. He confessed, pleaded guilty, and in December 2016 was sentenced to 30 years, 10 of them suspended on condition that he testify against the others, an effective 20 years.
That's not enough time.
Okay, but I am going to say, for the others, they get plenty of time.
Okay, great. What did John Barnard do? Did he kill someone?
So John Barnard was the last person to join the group, and he was involved in the murder of Jarod Johnson.
The guy that faked to be Zach.
So he was involved in that murder. Then, in May 2018, the Stains folded. Marinda pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 11 life terms plus 115 years.
Period.
Is that long enough for you, Jess?
Yes, that's more than long enough. Thank you.
I would say
I will take it. I'll accept it.
We'll
I mean, it could be
accept
better, but I'll take it.
It could have been better. LaRue, who had been 17 when his mother first took him along to kill, signed a plea deal. 35 years, 10 suspended, effectively 25, in exchange for becoming the state's star witness.
You know, I can let that slide because I know that he was involved with it, but his mother got him involved. He was just a teenager at the start.
He was as much a victim as the others.
Like, yes, he continued to make his own decision, but he was also probably brainwashed and everything from a teen.
Exactly.
So I just hope that Cecilia gets like 50,000 years.
You're going to be so freaking happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, without that deal, the charge sheet against him added up to something like 373 years. And in October 2018...
18?
I know. I told you. This happened recently.
I know, but I've been like, okay, 2008, that's fine. Okay,
yeah,
2015,
okay.
2015, okay, yeah, that's fine. 2018!
That's when they still proceeded with the court proceedings.
That's crazy.
So in October 2018, this boy stood in courtroom 2D of the South Gauteng High Court and calmly took the whole cathedral apart brick by brick, with Cecilia staring at him from the dock. Huisgenoot's trial reports from those weeks read like a fever dream. Shocking revelations about the witch was an actual headline. It was Leroux who told the court about the orders, the appointments, and the kicked body. The auntie figure of his childhood, described from the witness box as the Hacks, or the witch. The remaining three, Cecilia, Zak, and Marcel, pleaded not guilty to everything and ran the full trial.
By reason of what?
Their defenses were in order: total denial, memory loss, and youth.
Damn.
Marinda astonishingly tried to fall on the sword from the witness box, claiming she, not Cecilia, was the real mastermind. How brainwashed were you?
This is crazy. How did she manage to brainwash these people so...
I don't know. And if you look at her, you would be like, really?
Seriously, her?
This lady? With that haircut?
Well, if you want to see her, look at the post we post on this.
Exactly.
With that haircut, was giving Daisy DeMalco.
Girl, worse.
Oh my gosh. So
much worse.
Can we say that they're giving Cecilia...
It was given shaven by a 3-year-old.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Nobody bought it.
I wouldn't.
Least of all the judge. Former friends testified about Cecilia's manufactured demonic attacks. Ria Groenewald herself testified, go Ria, you are a powerful woman, about the high days and high nights. And Cecilia, on the stand, gave the performance of her life. Argumentative, evasive, and still, even then, insisting on the mythology down to the astral projection.
Also, what's crazy is that this first started from Cecilia as a way to get back at Ria for quote-unquote abandoning her, and then it just turned into a money-making scheme. But I think it was a money-making scheme from the beginning, honestly.
It had to have been. Or just to live off of people.
Zach was literally paying her way.
He was. Like 2 million rand of your own money.
That's mad.
That's so much money.
I'll have some. Not your money, though.
Not his money, but I'll have some. On the 3rd of June, 2019, Judge...
2019? This is getting... When does this end?
Soon. So Judge Ellen Jacob Francis found all three guilty, because duh, on all 32 counts. His findings on Cecilia deserve to be read nearly verbatim, because South African judges do not usually talk like this. She was, he found, a pathological liar and a skilled manipulator. She was the puppet master, die poppenmeester, who pulled the group's strings. She was the mastermind of every crime. In his words, if she were removed from the relationship, the crimes might never have happened.
I don't think that would have happened at all, honestly.
Even Zak Valentine, he said, ate out of her hand. And the whole enterprise, he said, was a religious scam.
It was a cult.
Like the ones, he added pointedly, we are seeing across the country.
I thought you said they weren't, though. I mean, I know the police said they were, but officially, I don't know.
Religious scams for Christians, not much, but I would say religious scams for, let's say, maybe Zulu or Xhosa people, they are alive and well, unfortunately. On the 19th of August, 2019, calm down, we're still in the 19th, the sentences came down. And these are the official NPA numbers.
Sorry, before you say that, that's 10 days before my birthday.
That is indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, you're so young. Zak Valentine, 8 life sentences plus 93 years.
Yay!
Marcel Steyn, 7 life sentences plus 144 years.
Why did Zach get 8 and Marcel get 7?
I don't know.
I mean, I know she got extra years because he got 93 years plus 8, but she got 104.
I don't know. Maybe insurance fraud
plus
and those kinds of things don't count for much.
Because it's weird. It's like 8 plus 93 versus 7 plus 144.
It's so strange.
Also, why can't you just be like, you will be in prison for the rest of your life with no possibility of parole? And then why do you have to be like, oh, you've got this many life sentences plus an extra 100 and whatever years?
So I get it makes it sound weird, but also I would think as a victim, if I heard that ruling, I would be like, they're gone forever.
Yeah.
So it kind of, it's a good thing. Finally, Cecilia Steyn, 13 life sentences plus 155 years.
Finally, they did something right.
They did something right. The judge called it the worst case he had ever presided over.
I'm sure.
Told them there was nothing godly about what they had done, and delivered the line I gave to you in part 1, that they should perhaps have called themselves elected by Lucifer.
I like this judge.
Yes, please, Judge Francis. King.
Get it.
One more thing from sentencing, because I promised in part 1 we'd sit with Marcel. The judge said something striking about her, that she has a high IQ but lacks emotional intelligence, that she was immature, and that she shows, quote, no trace of being a psychopath and is a good candidate for rehabilitation.
I think she is, though, because...
If you think about her accomplishments.
Yes, but also, I mean, her mom put her in this position again.
She was brainwashed from the age of 14.
Yeah.
A very, very impressionable age.
Yeah.
We shall see. But this is the girl who was 14 at Michaela's bedside, who got 6 distinctions in matric while awaiting trial for murder, who had a medical school acceptance letter she'll never use. I don't offer that to excuse a single thing that she did. I offer it because it's a sadder detail in the case. Of the 11 murders Cecilia Steyn orchestrated, the slow destruction of Marinda Steyn's 2 children might count as crimes 12 and 13. Now let's get to the Huisgenoot angle, because no publication lived inside this case like Huisgenoot did, for better, and in one spectacular instance, for much worse. For our international listeners, Huisgenoot is a very famous magazine that has been in the homes of almost all South Africans since 1916. Some of you didn't know it was that old, did you? That is an accomplishment on its own, but it brought this case forward like no other publication. So let's start with the better instance. In the winter of 2016, days after the arrests, Huisgenoot's Jana van der Merwe landed the exclusive every journalist in the country wanted, an interview with Marinda Steyn, then known to the public only as the bewildered mother of 2 arrested children.
Wait, was she not?
At that point, she was not arrested yet.
No one had ratted her out for a deal?
No. The line Huisgenoot ran on the cover from Marinda herself, bid toch vir my kinders. Please pray for my children.
And for me, apparently, because she needs some serious prayer. Yeah. She also needs to seriously go to jail, but...
Yeah, well, she did.
Okay, good.
She told the magazine she was shocked by all the murders, that she had actually warned her children to be careful because of the killing spree in Krugersdorp. How can it be them? She asked. Every word of it, we now know, was a performance. The woman asking South Africa to pray for her children had personally led those children into murder after murder and described her very own first kill as an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
She lied to Jana van der Merwe's face, and through her, the whole country. Huisgenoot itself said as much when they republished the piece years later. She is the perfect journalism textbook study in how a killer uses sympathetic media. And there's a postscript that is almost too on the nose. While awaiting trial, Marinda wrote a will on a foolscap paper.
What's that?
A foolscap paper is usually a smaller kind of notepad that has like the logo of whatever establishment on the top of it. So what you would find in a hotel room.
Why don't you say notepad?
Because foolscap sounds so much better. And that's the official name.
Okay.
So on that paper, sworn before her school principal, she disinherited both of her children and left every cent and all power of attorney to Cecilia Steyn.
That is insane.
From a prison cell.
Cecilia's got too much power, people.
It's ridiculous. This is what the puppet master's strings look like in probate form. This is exactly what Cecilia wanted.
Mm-hmm.
She still had her claws in these people.
Truly.
Now for the worst, or the worse. In November 2018, mid-trial, Rapport, a popular newspaper for our international folk, broke a story that briefly out-weirded the trial itself. A huisgenoot journalist covering the case, Mariska Kutzer, was alleged to be in a romantic relationship with Leroux Steyn, the convicted killer and the state's star witness. She had reportedly been visiting him in prison on weekends and was reportedly working on her own book about the case. Huisgenoot's editor, Yvonne Beyers, confirmed an internal investigation, and Kutzer was suspended with immediate effect. She later appeared in the Devilsdorp documentary, where the whole strange entanglement is on screen. The SBS write-up memorably called her the disconcertingly bubbly journalist who fell in love with one of the cult members.
It's crazy.
I have to be careful and fair here. Falling in love is not a crime. Leroux was by then a convicted, sentenced man, and Kutzer has told her own story since. But as an editorial matter, it's a textbook catastrophe. You cannot cover a murder trial while dating a participant. And it tells you something true about this case. Cecilia's gravitational field wasn't unique. This whole story is about ordinary people getting pulled into orbits they should have escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Even the press corps wasn't immune. Then came the books and the screen. Jana Marx, a journalist who followed the trial, also huge fan. Loved her in Devilsdorp. Amazing woman.
Never seen it.
You should watch it. So she wrote what's become the definitive account. The Krugersdorp cult killings inside Cecilia Steyn's reign of terror. Published by Penguin.
Huge fan.
Huge fan. If you want one book on this case, that is the one. Daily Maverick, our heroes from the Thabo Bester case, ran extracts, including the almost unbearable reconstruction of Hanlé Lategan's last hours, with Leroux telling his mother, "I don't want to kill the lady, Ma."
That's so sad.
That is so sad. Captain Boyson wrote his own with journalist Nikki Jules on the Devil's Trial, How I Hunted Down the Krugersdorp Killers, the view from inside the investigation. And in July 2021, Showmax released Devilsdorp, David Earnwright's 4-part documentary narrated by Jana Marx, which became a genuine national phenomenon. For weeks, it was all anyone talked about, and it introduced a whole new generation, including a lot of people listening right now and this host to this case.
I am surprised that I've never seen that or heard of it or watched it.
It was huge.
I'm like, this was 2019?
Yeah, 2021. Girl, it was 2021. We skipped a few years.
Stop skipping all these years. This is like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I should know this. I should have watched this.
We'll watch it together.
Thank you. I feel like
no, it gives you chills.
Yeah.
So I will give you my usual two-sided take. Same as our missing 6 episodes. Turning 11 murders into streaming content carries all the risks it always carries. But Devilsdorp did something valuable. It refused to let the story stay a spooky headline. It sat with the victims' families. It showed the exorcism footage and let you feel how sincerely these communities believed. And it made the country have an actual conversation about spiritual manipulation, about how faith, which holds so many South Africans together, can be picked like a lock by the wrong person. So time...
Sorry. Yeah, no, this is...
It's insane. Just this entire story.
And the way it's carrying on for so many years, it's actually what's mind-boggling to me.
Many years. It's terrifying. I don't want to think about how bad it actually was at that time.
Yeah.
So, time to answer the question in the title of every article ever written about this case. The Satanic Murders of Krugersdorp. How much of Satan was actually involved?
Finally! This is the question I've been asking from the beginning.
I think you know the answer.
I do, none. But
None.
I wanted to hear it from you.
None. Absolutely zero, zilch, nada.
Insane.
And I mean that precisely. In 4 years of investigation and a full trial, no evidence ever emerged that Cecilia Steyn was a witch, that she'd been raised in any coven, that the Satanic Church was hunting her, or that a single one of the 11 murders had ritual meaning.
This is...
infuriating.
I mean, it's almost like if it was because of a satanic cult, then I want to say there would have been a reason to it.
Mm-hmm. There was none.
Now there's like, oh yeah, we were just greedy.
We were greedy and
we wanted money.
We wanted revenge.
Yeah. I'm like, how messed up can you be?
Exactly. Ben Boyson said it plainly. It was about money.
Mm-hmm.
The judge said it plainly. It was a religious scam. The satanic content of the Krugersdorp satanic murders was supplied entirely by one woman's imagination and by a country primed over 30 years to believe her.
30 years?
That's the full circle. And it's why we started this two-parter with Kobus Jonker and the occult-related crimes unit. The satanic panic never found its satanic cult. So in a way, it eventually built one.
Yeah.
Every element of Cecilia's con was assembled from panic-era mythology.
Mm-hmm.
The generational witch, the breeder covens, the church infiltrators, and the constant demonic siege. She didn't invent the story. The story was lying around, pre-believed, waiting for someone shamelessly enough to wear it. The great irony of Electus per Deus is that the only cult in the story was the anti-satanic one. As for Cecilia herself, she has never explained, never confessed, never broken character. So the psychology has to be assembled from the outside, and it has been. That 2024 psychobiography I mentioned studies her formally as a narcissistic female serial killer, an extreme narcissist for whom Ria Groenewald's rejection triggered rage that had to be discharged through punishment, with other people as the instruments. The researchers are honest about the limits. Reliable information on her childhood is scarce, and I'll respect the same line we held with Gert van Rooyen. Anyone who claims to fully explain her is going past the evidence. What the record supports is narrower and scarier. She was a person of average circumstances with extraordinary manipulative talent, who found the one subculture on earth where her fantasy self would be worshipped rather than laughed at, and who was willing to spend human lives, 11 strangers, 1 follower, and 2 children's souls to keep the fantasy funded. And unlike Van Rooyen, she never had to be understood posthumously. She's alive. She's in a cell.
She's still alive.
She could
of course she's still alive.
Of course she's still alive. But it comes as a shock because usually we say, oh, this person died.
Yeah.
She could answer every question tomorrow, but she never will because the mystery is the last thing she controls.
She's just a con artist.
She's a con
Don't
artist.
give her more credit than what's due.
Thank you. I think you said it better than any publication ever could. Like, this lady, just don't give her the attention.
Yeah, she's a narcissist. That's what she wants.
We say as we're covering her story.
Yeah,
so, where is everyone as of this recording? Cecilia Steyn is serving her 13 life sentences, and true to form, prison has not made her boring. In 2023, News 24 reported she had apparently found love behind bars with another convicted murderer.
Yeah, she's not capable of love.
That is so gross. In June 2024, News 24 and The Citizen reported that an alleged plot to break her out of prison had been uncovered and foiled.
Oh my gosh.
And in June 2025, last year, her father told News 24 he is no longer able to see her. His words being, and I quote, "I've lost my child while she's alive."
That must be so difficult.
So her family have spoken out about the strange grief of all of it. After Devilsdorp aired, her father said people insult them, and I quote, "like we are the killers."
I hate it when people do that. It's like when children of serial killers or murderers,
they are just like
get bullied and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything wrong.
They're victims as well, you know?
Exactly.
Like, they're victims in their own right. Like, no.
So the blast radius of this woman is apparently still expanding. Marinda Steyn is serving her 11 life sentences. Zach Valentine, his 8. Marcel Steyn, her 7. The courts left her a theoretical path to rehabilitation, and she'll be middle-aged at her earliest realistic hope of it. Leroux Steyn serves his effective 25 years. Reporting has noted he will most likely never see his mother or his sister again. John Barnard serves his 20. Ria Groenewald survived. The woman the whole war was declared against outlived the war. The families of 11 victims did not get anything so kind. And the occult-related crime story rolls on. Occult crimes policing in South Africa was never fully buried. And every few years, the debate reignites about whether the state should be in the demon business at all.
It shouldn't be.
Krugersdorp. So Krugersdorp is now the case both sides cite. The believers say, see, the occult is dangerous. The skeptics say, see, the belief was the dangerous part. Both, in my opinion, are extremely valid points.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean the police has anything to do with crimes, the occult crimes.
Baffled me about this case, I think, is that Cecilia never targeted Ria herself. That she didn't.
She went after her loved ones and her circle.
Yeah, but like she never threatened her. She never. She threatened her like.
She did threaten her, but then
it wasn't. She didn't torture her.
She didn't say, "I'm coming for you." She was like, "Who's going to protect you now?"
Like you would think that. I mean, you hear so many stories of people being stalked and then they get
they get attacked.
Yes, like constantly harassed and everything.
They get harmed. But Ria was. It's almost like she was never in like the line of sight, the line of fire. That is weird. It kind of makes you think like, why didn't Cecilia go after her directly?
Yeah.
Did she have like a little soft spot for her? Was she like, you are the only reason I am doing this, so I want to keep you alive to keep that anger?
No, I don't think she had a soft spot for her. I just think that
could be.
Maybe she believed that the worst way to hurt her was to target the people that she cared around her. But
that's true.
It's still weird that there aren't any reports of her, because usually there's some kind of leakage or something.
Yeah.
That there's like reports of her being actually attacked or something happening. So I just find it interesting.
It is odd.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't pick that up while doing this. Thank you for that. We end where we always do, with the people. 11 names. Natacha Berger, 33. Faithful, generous, and murdered for a lie about a prayer. Joy Boonzaaier, in her 60s. Killed for the crime of friendship. Reginald Bendixen, 75. A pastor who opened his door to the law and let in the wolves. Mikeila Valentine, 25. The one who tried to leave. Peter Meyer, 51. And Joan Meyer, 47. A husband and wife who agreed to a business meeting. Jarod Mitchum Jackson, 44. A street vendor befriended so he could be erased. A man murdered specifically so that his death wouldn't count. It counts. Jarod Jackson existed, and his name outlives the man who stole his death.
Mm-hmm.
Glen McGregor, 57. Anthony Scholefield, 64. Kevin McAlpine, 29. Hanlé Lategan, 52. 4 professionals who did the most ordinary thing in the world. They took a meeting. And around them, the living, Lategan, who reported his wife missing while her killers stood at an ATM with her bank cards. The Meyers, the McAlpines, the McGregors, the Scholefields, the Burgers, the Boonzaaiers, the Jacksons, and the Bendixen's families. Mikeila's parents, who lent money to the son-in-law who had already had their daughter killed.
I still can't get over that fact.
It's terrifying. And 2 children, raised by a mother who taught them that murder was a family activity and a form of prayer. 11 people died because one woman told a story and a community wanted it to be so true. The guard against that isn't skepticism about the devil. It's skepticism about storytellers who make themselves the hero of every room. And that was the Krugersdorp murders. 2 episodes, 11 victims, multiple life sentences, and not one single actual Satanist.
Yeah, man. I came here for the Satanists, man. No, I'm joking.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but luckily there were none. Thank you so much for listening to Aish That's Dark. And if this one stayed with you, share it.
Yes.
If you or someone you loved is tangled up with a group or a leader that demands everything and forgives nothing, please talk to someone outside the circle. That's not spiritual weakness. It's an exit.
Yeah.
Don't get tangled up.
Yeah. You can find us at Aish That's Dark on Instagram and TikTok, and on all podcast platforms such as Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all the other ones, probably. There are a lot of them.
There are so many.
We've released it out into the wild, and you'll be able to find them.
Search and ye shall find.
Yes. You can also email us at aishdatdark@gmail.com and send us all your stories, your personal ties to something we've covered, anything you feel like sharing. And we would love to do a listener tale.
Listener tales.
And we would love to do listener tales. So please share.
Please
we read everything.
Share. We do read everything. Our inbox is very lonely. Please help it. Like, fill its belly. Why don't you? And that is us for today.
Stay safe and stay skeptical.
And maybe don't fake your own death and then hide from the police in a church in the same town 15 minutes from the crime scene under a name you invented. Because the one thing this case proves is that God pays attention even when the police don't.
Facts.
Facts.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.